All right, guys, so we are here. This is probably going to be part 3. All you need to know about fighting
insects, bugs,
all the things that could go wrong. Pests and diseases, yes.
Yep. By the way, I haven't had a chance to talk about this. This is something that we give to our customers. You can send us an email at OFE orchidsupplies@gmail.com, and I'll forward you a copy of this. And on the back of it, you have basically everything that I have talked about, both in English and in Spanish. About 30 years worth of experience.
30 years in one flyer. You need that. Everybody needs one of these. I love
it. It tells you about the different plants, the light requirements. So it's a little complete little pamphlet.
Very nice.
I'm going to have another one on what to do on the rainy season. This is in Spanish because I gave a presentation to the...
Prepare sus orquídeas para la época de lluvias. Oh my gosh. That's where my Spanglish will come out.
There you go. And I gave one, but I have it in English also. So send us an email and we'll be happy to send you a copy.
Perfect. And send your questions, guys. If you send a question, you could even send a picture and Carlos could tell you more or less maybe what he thinks, and he can ship you the supplies to possibly fix your orchids.
Yeah. So we do it all the time. You can contact us on Facebook, on Instagram. We're in there at OFE Orchid Supplies. And I'll answer within reason.
Yay!
All right, folks. So you're dealing in the summer. We're in Florida. People ask me, why is Florida so difficult to grow orchids in? I come from the Dominican Republic, I come from Puerto Rico, I come from Trinidad, I come from Jamaica. We don't have the problems that we have here. It is true. The problem is that Florida is actually more of a swamp than a tropical paradise. Give you what you want, and it's a little too humid and it's a little too hot. Problem with that is like in the dry season is a buggy season, insects everywhere. In the wet season is a fungi season and pathogen season. So it's we're constantly having to fight those things. Number one, Melissa mentioned one of the nemesis is thrips. Thrips look
evil thrips.
Evil thrips. Thrips is an insect. Is one of the insects that are frequently attacking orchids. You can tell that you have an infestation of thrips because you'll see little. It makes the flower looks old, like parchment, and you see little tracks on the darker flowers. You see little clear tracks, and basically that's the insect eating up the flower. So you have thrips, you have scale, you have mites, you have aphids, you have mealybugs. You have a lot of different insects. The go-to in the industry is good old orthene. Orthene is a systemic insecticide. When it comes to chemicals, when it comes to pesticides and fungicides and aerosols, you have two types. You have systemic and you have topical. Systemic is a product that is absorbed by the system, so it works from within. It's slower to act, but once it's in the system, you don't have to worry because when you water, it's not going to wash away. A topical insecticide is faster to act. The problem is that as soon as you water or as soon as the rain hits the plant, it's going to start to wash off. So you have those two choices. And we carry a selection of different things that are either systemic or topical, and you can use them. When it comes to insecticide, like I was mentioning before, orthene is a systemic insecticide. This is very pungent, so your neighbors will know that you used it. But this is great for thrips. This is great for scale. It will not cover mites. Mites are a different problem.
Are mites spiders? Are they like?
No, they're not arachnids.
They're not arachnids.
Mites are I forget the word in English, but it's acarids.
Oh.
ACHARD, I believe.
Oh, okay.
It looks like a spider, but it's not. It's not on the spider family. By the way, even though the spider web is annoying when you walk into it, you're going like, and you get all sticky and a mess, and you're kind of worried that if a black tarantula is going to attack you and kill you. Most of the spiders that we run into, they're beneficial to the environment. They are beneficial to orchid growers because they are eating the bugs that are messing with it.
Oh my gosh! So we should leave the spider webs.
If you can, I mean, you can remove the spider web, but if you can, just leave the spiders alone because they're beneficial insects for us. Same with the frogs. Frogs, they're beneficial insects, just making a face. But frogs are also beneficial insects. The little animal lizards,
Yeah.
they're also beneficial. They're not harmful to the plants. Iguanas, on the other hand,
No.
or the African orange head
Oh, I hate
invasive
those.
species, those are detrimental to orchids. They
Yes.
will come in and eat your flowers.
Yes.
So you have a problem with those. But being invasive, you know what to do. You're allowed to do something to them that you can't do to local species. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna say what it is, but
Kick them to the curb.
you know what it is. Anyhow,
Anyhow.
so we're talking about everything. That's a systemic insecticide. Then we also have another one called centerfire. Centerfire is a molocoprid. It's also a systemic insecticide, I believe. And this, when orchid doesn't touch them, the molocoprid will. It's very effective on scale. It's very effective on thrips. Very effective. I don't believe it takes care of mites. On mites, you need a miticide. One of the popular ones is Avid, or any product with an abamectin active ingredient. Those are the three heavier chemicals that we sell as far as insecticides. On the other spectrum, we have topicals like insecticidal soap. Then you all have heard of neem oil
Neem, yeah.
and hot pepper wax and all these other organic insecticides. They are effective. The problem with organic insecticides is they're only effective for about 24 to 48 hours. So you have to go back every 48 hours and reapply it for them to be really effective.
Right.
If you have one plant inside the house, 1 or 2 applications will be enough. Or when you have a grouping of plants, you need to go in there about every 48 hours for about 2 to 3 weeks to eradicate the pests from your collection.
And I also learned that you have to take into account, like let's say you're doing thrips, you're trying to get rid of thrips, you have to pay attention to their life cycle because you shoot them. I mean, spray them. I didn't mean that word. You spray them, and then you don't realize they've laid 1,000 eggs.
Yep.
And those eggs hatch, and there you go again. So it's not like you didn't get them in the first place. You got the parents, but then there's a whole other.
Yeah, you need to. That's why you spray something like this every 48 hours. But the idea is that you decimate the adult population. There's no more adults to lay eggs, and that's the end of the problem. But the eggs keep hatching and they keep coming back, so you have to continue to spray. They do sell what is called ovicides, and we do carry them. But a little 16-ounce container, just to give you a price reference, goes for $150.
Ovicide, so I'm guessing it kills eggs?
Egg killers, yes.
Okay.
They're insecticides that target eggs, but they are expensive.
Yeah. It's kind of mean, but you know what?
And I do have also a miticide. I have it over there.
Yeah.
Okay, I realized that I do have in stock ovicides and miticides, and we have one called Hexel. There's an ovicide, miticide, and we also have one called Floramite. And these guys are miticides, and well, this one's an ovicide, miticide. This is a miticide, insecticide, and this will take care of mites. But as you can see on the label, these guys are serious business, and it's an investment. If you have an expensive collection, this is something that you might want to consider using. But for the regular backyard grower, there are other options. One that we found that is really effective is TriStar. This is also another very good insecticide, and is perfectly effective on controls all the insects. Anyhow, just for the sake of information. Now, something that we recommend a lot is Permetrol. Permetrol is permethrin, and permethrin is the same active ingredient that you use in flea and tick shampoos. So it's safe from pets, hence safe from people unless you're allergic. And something like this, you use a tablespoon in a gallon of water. It's effective, but we learned from another one of our customers of another product that actually is safer because it's completely organic, and it's actually more effective on controlling thrips.
Yes.
Conserve, naturalized insect control. You use 2 ounces of this in a gallon of water, and you repeat it 10 days later. That's the end of your scale. That's the end of your thrips. That's the end of your mites. Everything. Very, very.
Do you know
effective.
of anybody who's tried that? And
Yes.
so guys, I
know
already
already.
showed this product because I was surprised that I didn't have to spray some smelly strong stuff. This stuff works. Usually at this time of the year, there's a bunch of bugs and a bunch of damage coming out, and you're met with infestations, and oh my goodness, look at all the buds dried and all that. And in fact, that happened at my sister-in-law's house. She came here once. Her name is Katie, and she said to me, what is going on? Look at all the Vanda spikes look like they've been burned. So that's one of the signs that you've been hit with thrips. It looks like burned. It looks like you took fire and charred the spike before it opens. And sometimes the buds are developed, and then you see like little rusty marks, and that's another sign of thrips. And let me tell you, I went over there and I said, I gotta help you. I went over there with my medicine cabinet over there, and I sprayed, and I haven't seen any thrips. She has spikes forming now, and I can say my opinion, it works. Yeah, I had to say that. Those are my 2 cents. It works. It works for me. It worked.
Very, 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 very effective.
And we have the evil thrips, not the regular. We here in Miami, there's the evil ones.
Yeah, and they're all in your house.
They're all in my house, not anymore. They were last
They're
year.
moving that way, so be careful.
They're moved to my neighbors.
Be warned. They're on the move.
They're coming. They're on the move to you, caravan.
Right now, so that's a selection of insecticides, and I'll take advantage of this time to advise something. Please always follow the label instructions, and always protect yourself. Respirator, goggles, and the space suit. I mean, it's not only, even with organic things, even though you shouldn't have a problem, but you don't know how your body will react to the chemical.
Right.
You might be allergic. You might have an allergic reaction to the particular chemical. So, be good to yourself. Buy your respirator with the filters, not a face mask. That doesn't do anything.
It's not COVID. That's not going to work.
That's not going to work. Actually, that really didn't work for COVID either. If you talk to a doctor, they will tell you that
didn't work. Of course, it goes through.
That just kind of. But anyhow, we're not going to get there.
We're not going to get there.
But get a respirator with the filters. Get a goggles. Get your space suit. If you don't want to use the space suit in the summer because it's too hot, still get the respirator and the goggles. That's the more exposed tissue, your mouth, your nose, your eyes, that absorbs a lot. It goes directly into your body. Your skin definitely, but the eyes, the mouth, and the nose are the harder part. So protect that, and after you spray, then go take a shower, clean everything off, rinse everything off.
Yeah.
And there's something called a re-entry interval.
Okay.
Most chemicals ask between 24 and 48 hours before you can go back into a place that was fumigated to be exposed to the residue. It's called a re-entry interval. So if you have pets, especially smaller pets, bigger dogs, not a problem. But if you have cats or you have small children, try to keep them away from the place that you fumigated for at least 48 hours, if you can. Rule of thumb, once the water dries off the leaves and off the ground with the fumigation, that did what it was going to do, and it's not perfectly safe, but if you have to, at least wait until it dries off completely.
Okay.
So
be safe. Bottom line, be safe. You don't know what you just never know.
That's my PSA for today.
How your body can react to that. Somebody may be totally fine, and then you touch it and
you get
reaction. So just be
problem.
safe, cover up.
Yeah. All right. Now on fungicides, we do have a selection of different things. Talking about topical fungicides, we have Dithin M45, which is the M stands for mancozeb, and that's a topical fungicide. We have Thiomyl, which is a systemic fungicide. Thiomyl is the same thing as T-methyl, and it's a systemic fungicide. A lot of older growers do a combination, what they call a cocktail, and they combine this with this, and they add this to it. Notice that I'm not saying do this. I'm saying
some people
I'm reporting that growers are doing this. I can't tell you to do this because it's not on the label. So I can't tell you to do it. What I can tell you is that growers do use that. So I'm gonna put the insecticide.
Carlos
over here.
always suggests the right way to do it.
Yep.
The way that the label says.
As much as possible.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's difficult to understand because we're talking about 100 acres or what have you. But we're a phone call away. We're an email away.
Yeah.
So if you have any questions, I'll be happy to help as much as I can. Another one is LOV. This helps tremendously with the leggy vandals.
Oh, okay.
You can spray this on a regular basis or once a month. It's also systemic, and you can spray that as well to prevent that. Then, of course, another one that is very popular. These are more like commercial size fungicides. We have Banrod, which is a topical and combination of
Oh, it's topical
topical and systemic.
Okay, so this is topical systemic,
Yes.
and this is topical inside
topical and
together.
Yeah, both.
And I
of them.
assume this one must be more expensive because it's already included.
And it's 2 pounds.
And it's 2 pounds.
You're buying more.
Yeah.
This is only 1 pound. This is 8 ounces. That's 2 pounds. You're looking at, I think it's 120 for that.
Is one better than?
If
I
you
have heard a
if
lot
you
of
ask-
that.
If you ask about the commercial growers, they'll tell you Banrod is
Yeah.
a time-tested fungicide. Is a go-to when it comes to fungicides. This one works perfectly well. This one works perfectly well. As a matter of fact, a lot of commercial growers use this because this you buy for like $65.
Mm-hmm.
This one is about this one is 98. So it's a little bit of a price
Okay.
difference, but
Okay.
this is only a systemic.
Uh-huh.
So you need to add topical.
So I use this. Do you suggest that I get a topical too, or does maybe?
Once you apply systemic fungicides, they behave like an antibiotic.
Uh-huh.
You have to, when you first start, you have to do it once a week for 3 to 4 weeks at the same concentration, 2 teaspoons per gallon of water.
Okay, 2 teaspoons.
Yeah, on these guys.
Okay.
But that's for that. Once you build up the concentrate inside of the plant as an antibiotic, you start using less.
Mm-hmm.
So you repeat it once a month to keep the concentration working in the plant. If you go out on a trip or something, vacation, like a friend of mine did, and you are away for a month, when you come back, you have to restart again and do it for 3 to 4 weeks in a row. So you build up the concentrate again inside of the plant, and then you continue to use it once a month. All these things, we recommend 2 teaspoons per gallon of water.
2 teaspoons per gallon. Got it.
On most of the insecticides as well. The only one that is a difference is Permetrol, that would suggest 1 tablespoon per gallon of water. And the Natural Light, that is 2 ounces. 2 ounces, which is 6 tablespoons in a gallon of water. And again, the same thing, you can use one of this to apply it. You can use a little regular sprayer. When you do spray chemicals, when you spray fertilizers, you want to hit the root system, because the root will give you about 80%, 70 to 80% of the absorption for that. When it comes to chemicals, actually they act, even the systemic ones, they act on contact. So you want to spray from here on down the
Got it.
foliage and the leaves. If you spray the flowers, you're going to end up damaging the flowers. You're going to lose your flowers.
Right.
So from here on down, spray. If you can, spray sideways so you hit the underside of the leaves as well. And that's pretty much it. You cover that. When you spray the fertilizer, you spray the leaves. It doesn't really do. It does a little bit, but not a lot.
Not as much as the roots are
The roots
gonna
take
need it.
a lot of it. So when you do fertilizing, you spray the roots. When you do the chemicals, you spray the foliage.
Oh, okay.
And you can use the sprayer. And again, I cannot repeat it enough. Please be good to yourself. Protect
Cover 'em.
yourself. Be safe. Follow the labels. Oh, one last
And
thing.
one more thing, the product that you ran out of because it's so popular.
Thank you. Phison 20. Phison 20 is an algicide, bactericide, fungicide. We recommend that, especially in the rainy season, if you have your plants outdoors, to use it at least once a month. A full tablespoon in a gallon of water. You can also mix it with your fertilizer combo,
Oh, that's perfect.
but you still use a tablespoon.
A tablespoon.
That's the one that doesn't follow.
So that's not a nutrient. That would be
you can
like a medicine. So still a tablespoon.
Yeah, you mix it in the fertilizer, and it acts as a surfactant. It allows the chemicals to dissolve better, and it allows the chemicals to adhere better to the plant. One last thing. A lot of people ask, do you water your plants before you fertilize?
Good
Because I
question.
don't want them to burn, etc., this and that. The truth is, I recommend like it's a matter of degree. If you water the plant heavily and you saturate the whole plant with water, she's not going to have room to absorb the fertilizer you're going to give it, or room for the chemical, the systemic fungicide to give it, because she's full already with water. So you don't want to heavily water the plant before you apply fertilizer. Now, that's not to say that you can't go in and lightly, very lightly, just mist a little bit, just present a little bit of water on the plants. That will allow the chemical to reach to spread out easier and to reach the underside of the leaves easier. And it actually excite the planting to starting to absorb a little bit better. Just, we're getting water, so let's start absorbing. But
it's like the appetizer.
But it's a matter of degrees. I mean, don't sit there and go, I'm watering my plants, and then
if you give it too much, it's not going to have any room to absorb the way you want it to absorb.
Exactly.
So it's just like a little appetizer. Don't give it too much, or it's not going to want the entree.
1/4 of an appetizer.
A quarter of an appetizer.
Maybe a sniff. Just like, here, smell that.
Yeah.
Smell the canapé and move on.
Okay.
Another thing too, I run into this. Some of my customers have told me that they go back after they spray the fertilizer or the fungicide or the insecticide, and they water the plant afterwards.
Oh no.
Don't do that. You want to leave it there for as long as possible. Don't go back after your spray and spray. Now, if you say, I don't have time, I have to spray up my fertilizer and I have to spray my fungicide and everything else, give yourself 48 hours between sprays. That's a safe margin.
Okay.
So you spray your fungicide, you go back 2 days later and spray your fertilizer.
Okay. So don't go in, fertilizer, insecticide, fungicide, and make a big concoction there. Probably not a good idea.
Some people do it,
Yeah.
and some people get away with it. They
Yeah.
have good results. Like I always say, if it works for you, more power to you.
Yeah.
I don't recommend it. I don't advise it, because you spray fertilizers differently than you spray your chemicals. You're spraying your chemicals on this section, you're spraying your fertilizer on the roots.
Right.
So it's a little bit of a different application, and you end up wasting material. It's not going the right way. Plus, you don't have to protect yourself as much when you apply fertilizer as when you apply chemicals. So it's a little bit of a trade.
Yeah, it's different. I don't. Yeah. Maybe you shouldn't mix it.
I don't recommend it, but if you're doing it,
This is not a take your medicine with food kind of thing. No.
No, that's a very good point.
It's different.
And folks, I think
We did it! Guys, oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to go home and rewatch and take notes. I'm so happy. Thank you, Carlos, so much for presenting all this wonderful information. You can find all of these things here at OFE's. You can find them at the fairs when they have.
Yes.
Do we have a fair coming up?
well, in September we have the International Aeroid Society show.
Ooh, that's a good one.
At the FIU Pavilion, the same place where they have the Tamiami Orchid Festival.
Yeah.
They're going to have an aeroid show, and we will be there. That's in September. And of course, the big one,
in
the
October.
Redmond Orchid Festival, is in October. And from there on, from October until next May, we'll be busy at shows every month, every weekend.
Yay.
We are doing, I think, here probably the last weekend in July.
Ooh.
But you'll see it on our page, and our Facebook page, and all that stuff. But
Good, and I'll announce it also on the channel, so you guys can write the date, save the date, and come on down here.
Yeah.
I can't tell you how many positive reviews for the circus show that you did, the circus orchid sale. Everybody was like, "Wow, that was amazing!" So I hope that'll be repeated, because I don't know. I think it was successful. I have a bunch of people saying that they loved it.
It's coming back. We're gonna do it again. Probably we'll try to do one late in the year when it's a little bit cooler. We'll definitely do one earlier in the year also.
I did have some suggestions that they wanted you and Carlos to dress up to the theme.
We're clowns already.
They wanted to see some show.
we're clowns already. So it's like, I don't know, I'll be like a Jill and the Lily. And the last thing, please, if you want one of these, please send us your email. We'll be happy to send it away. Thank you.
Oh my God. Okay, let's go. Let's do it.